originally from Tucson, Arizona. He doesn't like women who are pretty and know it and use it to hurt him. He's a wonderful comedian. He says he looks like Garry Shandling, and sure enough, he does. It's Garry Shandling. Let's say hello. Hi, Garry. How are you? Welcome to the show. Have a seat.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
I'm kind of surprised to see you here. Life of a successful comedian. You're bound to have a lot of beautiful women kind of falling in love with you after every show.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought when I started this business. Quite frankly.
Well, no, really. Now, don't you see a lot of women? Don't they? They see your act. Don't they find you attractive?
Well, let's just play the love connection.
Yeah. You don't want to get into that?
No.
Oh, all right. I tell you what. Why don't we take a look at the girls that Garry had to choose from, and then our studio audience will get a chance for their choice for Garry. Okay? Here we go. The first candidate was Vicky, whose interests range from water sports to stargazing. She feels that spending so much time around horses has actually helped her on a few dates. And here's more.
Well, anybody who's spent any, real time around horses knows that they can be stubborn or that they can kick and bite if they don't get their own way. But I think that if you don't give in and you grab them by the forelock, and you let them know who's boss, who's king, right from the beginning, then eventually they'll just start beating out of your hand. And of course, guys are exactly the same way.
Next, we have Francine. Now, Francine hails from our nation's capital. She got her law degree at Georgetown University. She likes to describe herself as a woman of the 90s. Here's more on that.
The way I see it, by 1990, I will have enough money to not have to work for that whole decade, because both my aged grandparents should be dead and buried, and I'll get all their money. Isn't that what it's all about?
Well, next we have Angelica. Now, when she's not modeling, Angelica spends most of her time helping those less fortunate than herself. Now, she has the same compassion and understanding for the men she dates.
Nobody's perfect. You have to look for the goodness inside of people. Like, on the surface, a man could be vain, insecure, indecisive, or maybe even a little whiny. But I don't care about that. Underneath, he could very well be the greatest man that ever lived.
All right. Well, now you've all met Garry, and you know a little bit about him. You've seen his three choices. Now Gary's going to tell us who he picked. Who'd you pick?
Well, I would have been nuts not to pick Angelica.
Yeah,
I mean,
my All right, she's backstage. Now, they haven't seen each other since their date. Let's say hello to Angelica Sim. Hi, Angelica. Just make yourself at home, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, Gary's going to tell me about the date. Tell me about the date.
Well, it went great, Chuck. I'd never been so nervous for a date in my life.
Really?
And as I was driving to pick her up, I started to drool, and it went all over the dash and everything like that. It's like a slip and slide in the car, basically.
Very attractive beginning.
Oh, no, Chuck.
Yeah.
It was adorable, because Garry looks like a little boy when he gets self-conscious.
He does?
Yeah.
Well, in what way?
Well, his nostrils flare up just a bit, and his cheeks turn red.
Red.
And my sinuses clog up a little bit.
And his nose starts to make this whistling sound like a flute.
Well, it's more like a teapot, just a little.
Yeah, you're right, Garry. It's more like a teapot.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds charming. Oh, how about the actual date? Can you tell me what happened on the date?
Well, the date went really great. We went to a really nice restaurant.
Yeah.
I carried the tray.
Somebody's got to, I guess.
Yeah. And then we went to see the movie The Untouchables.
Oh, that's nice.
And Garry cried when Sean Connery died.
He did? He cried?
It was really sweet, but there were these rude people sitting behind us.
Yeah.
They were making fun of Garry because I guess they're just not used to seeing a man who's not afraid to show his real emotions.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great time, though.
Oh,
it was.
Yeah, it was. We had a great time.
Yeah.
Any romance on this date?
Well, you tell him.
No.
Oh, you go ahead. A little bit.
Yeah, Chuck, there was a little bit of romance.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon?
There was a little bit of romance.
Well, just tell me a little about it.
Well, I welded the car door shut. And then It's a little technique I use. And then when she saw the welder's mask, she got a little scared at first, and I flipped it off, and then I kissed her.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look and see our audience picture. Oh, Angelica, 85%. Well, if you'd like to go out with Angelica again, of course, we'll pay for it.
Oh.
Is that all right with you, Angelica?
Out with her again.
Well, come on out and join us. Great. Well, it's great. Have a seat there and just make yourself at home. And I just... You two suppose you'll be going out on a second date together? I guess that's all the time we have for today. I'm Chuck Lorre. I hope all your dates go as well as this one. It looks like we made a perfect match here. Maybe one of the best. See you tomorrow on Love Connection. Bye-bye, everybody.